If you watch this video until the end, you will definitely pass your theory test on the first attempt. This is the latest official DVSA-style questions video out there. Today, we will go through 100 essential mock test questions, with the last 5 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So, stick around until the end. Now, let's get started. Question 1. What should you do if the vehicle starts reversing off the driveway? Answer is D. Sound your horn and be prepared to stop. White lights at the rear of a car show that the driver has selected reverse gear. The driver is hidden from view, so can't see you approaching. Sound your horn to warn of your presence, and be ready to stop if the car reverses into your path. Question 2. You're following a lorry on a wet road. What should you do when spray makes it difficult to see the road ahead? Answer is D. Drop back until you can see better. Large vehicles can throw up a lot of spray when it's wet. This makes it difficult for drivers behind to see the road ahead. You'll be able to see more by dropping back further, out of the spray. This will also increase your separation distance, giving you more room to stop if you have to. Question 3. What should you do as you approach this lorry? Answer is A. Slow down and be prepared to wait. When turning, long vehicles need much more room on the road than other vehicles. At junctions, they may take up the whole of the road space, so be patient and allow them the room they need. Question 4. When may front fog lights be used? Answer is A. When visibility is seriously reduced. Your fog lights must only be used when visibility is reduced to 100 meters, 328 feet, or less. You need to be familiar with the layout of your dashboard so you're aware if your fog lights have been switched on in error, or you've forgotten to switch them off. Question 5. What's the meaning of this sign? Answer is A. Waiting restrictions. This sign indicates that there are waiting restrictions. It's normally accompanied by details of when the restrictions are in force. Details of most signs in common use are shown in the Highway Code. For more comprehensive coverage, see Know Your Traffic Signs. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 6. How can drivers help the environment? Answer is C. By accelerating gently. Rapid acceleration and heavy braking lead to increased fuel consumption and wear on your vehicle. Having your vehicle serviced regularly will maintain its efficiency, produce cleaner emissions, and reduce the risk of a breakdown. Question 7. What can you do to reduce environmental damage caused by your vehicle? Answer is B. Avoid making a lot of short journeys. Avoid using your car for short journeys. On a short journey, the engine is unlikely to warm up fully and will therefore be running less efficiently. This will result in the car using more fuel and emitting higher levels of harmful emissions. Question 8. When is fuel consumption at its highest? Answer is A. When you're accelerating. Accelerating uses a lot of fuel, so always try to use the accelerator smoothly. Taking your foot off the accelerator allows the momentum of the car to take you forward, especially when going downhill. This can save a considerable amount of fuel without any loss of control over the vehicle. Question 9. What should you do when you're driving in snowy conditions? Answer is B. Brake gently in plenty of time. In snowy conditions, be careful with the steering, accelerator and brakes. Braking sharply while you're driving on snow is likely to make your car skid. Question 10. What lights should you use when you're driving on a wet motorway and vehicles are throwing up surface spray? Answer is A. Dipped headlights. When surface spray reduces visibility, switch on your headlights on dipped beam. This will help other road users to see you. Question 11. What's the purpose of a catalytic converter? Answer is D. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. Catalytic converters reduce a large percentage of harmful exhaust emissions. They work more efficiently when the engine has reached its normal working temperature. Question 12. How should you dispose of a used vehicle battery? Answer is C. Take it to a local authority disposal site. Batteries contain acid, which is hazardous, and they must be disposed of safely. This means taking them to an appropriate disposal site. Question 13. What does it mean if this light comes on while you're driving? Answer is B. A fault in the braking system. If this light comes on, you should have the brake system checked immediately. A faulty braking system could have dangerous consequences. Question 14. What can people who live or work in towns and cities do to help reduce urban pollution levels? Answer is C. Walk or cycle. Using a vehicle for short journeys means the engine doesn't have time to reach its normal operating temperature. When an engine is running below its normal operating temperature, it produces increased amounts of pollution. Walking and cycling don't create pollution and have health benefits as well. Question 15. You're driving a friend's children home from school. They're both under 14 years old. Who's responsible for making sure they wear a seat belt or approved child restraint where required? Answer is C. You, the driver. Passengers should always be secured and safe. Children should be encouraged to fasten their seat belts or approved restraints themselves from an early age, so that it becomes a matter of routine. As the driver, you must check that they're fastened securely. It's your responsibility. Question 16. You take some cough medicine given to you by a friend. What should you do before driving your car? Answer is D. Check the label to see if the medicine will affect your driving. If you've taken medicine, never drive without first checking what the side effects might be. They might affect your judgment and perception, and therefore endanger lives. Question 17. What will be a serious distraction while you're driving? Answer is B. Looking at road maps. Looking at road maps while driving is very dangerous. If you aren't sure of your route, stop in a safe place and check the map. You must not allow anything to take your attention away from the road while you're driving. Question 18. When should you use hazard warning lights? Answer is A. When your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction. Hazard warning lights are an important safety feature and should be used if you've broken down and are causing an obstruction. Don't use them as an excuse to park illegally. You may also use them on motorways to warn traffic behind you of danger ahead. Question 19. You want to turn left at this junction. What should you do if your view of the main road is restricted? Answer is A. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. You should slow right down, and stop if necessary, at any junction where your view is restricted. Edge forward until you can see properly. Only then can you decide whether it's safe to go. Question 20. What should you do if you start to feel drowsy while you're driving on a motorway? Answer is C. Open a window and stop as soon as it's safe and legal. Never stop on the hard shoulder to rest. If there's no service area for several miles, leave the motorway at the next exit and find somewhere safe and legal to pull over. Question 21. You're waiting to come out of a side road. Why should you look carefully for motorcycles? Answer is D. Motorcycles can easily be hidden behind obstructions. If you're waiting to emerge from a side road, look carefully for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see. Be especially careful if there are parked vehicles or other obstructions restricting your view. Question 22. You want to turn right from a main road into a side road. What should you do just before turning? Answer is A. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. In some circumstances, your indicators may be difficult to see and another road user may not realize you're about to turn. A final check in your mirror and blind spot can help you to see an overtaking vehicle so that you can avoid turning across their path. Question 23. Why should you test your brakes after this hazard? Answer is D. Your brakes will be wet. A ford is a crossing over a stream that's shallow enough to drive or ride through. After you've gone through a ford or deep puddle, your brakes will be wet and they won't work as well as usual. To dry them out, apply a light brake pressure while moving slowly. Don't travel at normal speeds until you're sure your brakes are working properly again. Question 24. You're driving with your front fog lights switched on. What should you do if the fog has cleared? Answer is C. Switch them off as long as visibility remains good. Switch off your fog lights if the weather improves, but be prepared to use them again if visibility reduces to less than 100 meters, 328 feet. Question 25. What will affect your vehicle's stopping distance? Answer is B. The condition of the tires. Having tires correctly inflated and in good condition will ensure they have maximum grip on the road. How well your tires grip the road has a significant effect on your car's stopping distance. Question 26. You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? Answer is C. Match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. You should give way to traffic already on the motorway. Where possible, traffic may move over to let you in, but don't force your way into the traffic stream. Traffic could be traveling at high speed, so try to match your speed to filter in without affecting the traffic flow. Question 27. Where are amber reflective studs found on a motorway? Answer is C. Between the central reservation and the carriageway. On motorways, reflective studs of various colors are fixed in the road between the lanes. These help you to identify which lane you're in when it's dark or in poor visibility. Amber-colored studs are found on the right-hand edge of the main carriageway, next to the central reservation. Question 28. How should you use the lanes on a motorway? Answer is B. Keep to the left hand unless you're overtaking. You should normally travel in the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking a slower moving vehicle. When you've finished overtaking, move back into the left-hand lane, but don't cut across in front of the vehicle that you've overtaken. Question 29. What restrictions apply to people who have a provisional driving license? Answer is C. They can't drive unaccompanied. You won't be able to drive unaccompanied until you've passed your practical driving test. If you haven't driven on the motorway while you were learning, ask your instructor to take you for a lesson on the motorway when you've passed your test. Alternatively, you could take part in the Pass Plus scheme. This has been created for new drivers and includes motorway driving. Ask your instructor for details. Question 30. Which vehicle is most likely to take an unusual course at a roundabout? Answer is D. Long vehicle. Long vehicles might have to take a slightly different position when approaching the roundabout or going around it. This is to stop the rear of the vehicle cutting in and mounting the curb. Question 31. When may you drive over pavement? Answer is A. To gain access to a property. It's illegal to drive on or over a pavement, except to gain access to a property. If you need to cross a pavement, give priority to pedestrians. Question 32. How can you identify traffic signs that give orders? Answer is A. They are circular with a red border. There are three basic types of traffic sign: those that warn, those that inform, and those that give orders. Generally, triangular signs warn, rectangular signs give information or directions, and circular signs give orders. An exception is the 8-sided stop sign. Question 33. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Vehicles may park fully on the verge or footway. In order to keep roads free from parked cars, there are some areas where you're allowed to park on the verge. Only do this where you see the sign. Parking on verges or footways anywhere else could lead to a fine. Question 34. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Contraflow bus lane. There will also be markings on the road surface to indicate the bus lane. You mustn't use this lane for parking or overtaking. Question 35. How should the right-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway be used? Answer is A. As an overtaking lane. You should stay in the left-hand lane of a motorway unless you're overtaking another vehicle. The right-hand lane of a motorway is an overtaking lane. It isn't the fast lane. After overtaking, move back to the left when it's safe to do so. Question 36. Which of these signs warns you of a zebra crossing? Answer is A. Look well ahead and check the pavements and surrounding areas for pedestrians. Look for anyone walking towards the crossing. Check your mirrors for traffic behind, in case you have to slow down or stop. Question 37. What should you be aware of if you've just passed this sign? Answer is D. All traffic is going one way. In a one-way system, traffic may pass you on either side. Always be aware of all traffic signs and understand their meaning. Look well ahead and react to them in good time. Question 38. You're waiting at a T-junction. What should you do if a vehicle is coming from the right, with its left indicator flashing? Answer is C. Wait until the vehicle starts to turn in. Other road users may give misleading signals. When you're waiting at a junction, don't emerge until you're sure of their intentions. Question 39. What information is found on a vehicle registration document? Answer is D. The registered keeper. Every vehicle used on the road has a registration document. This shows the vehicle's details, including date of first registration, registration number, registered keeper, previous keeper, make of vehicle, engine size, chassis number, year of manufacture and color. Question 40. You're going through a long tunnel. What will warn you of congestion or an incident ahead? Answer is C. Variable message signs. Follow the instructions given by the signs or by tunnel officials. In congested tunnels, a minor incident can soon turn into a major one, with serious or even fatal results. Question 41. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Mini roundabout. When you see this sign, look out for any direction signs and judge whether you need to signal your intentions. Do this in good time so that other road users approaching the roundabout know what you're planning to do. Question 42. What's a cover note? Answer is D. A document issued before you receive your insurance certificate. Sometimes an insurance company will issue a temporary insurance certificate called a cover note. It gives you the same insurance cover as your certificate but lasts for a limited period, usually 1 month. Question 43. Your insurer will issue you with an insurance certificate. When must you produce this document for inspection? Answer is C. When a police officer asks you for it. You must produce a valid insurance certificate when requested by a police officer. If you can't do this immediately, you may be asked to take it to a police station. Other documents you may be asked to produce are your driving license and the vehicle's MOT certificate. Question 44. What does third-party insurance cover? Answer is C. Damage to other vehicles. Third-party insurance cover is usually cheaper than comprehensive cover. However, it doesn't cover any damage caused to your own vehicle or property. It only covers damage and injury you cause to others. Question 45. After a collision, someone is unconscious in their vehicle. When should you call the emergency services? Answer is D. As soon as possible. It's important to make sure that the emergency services arrive as soon as possible. When a person is unconscious, they could have serious injuries that aren't immediately obvious. Question 46. What would be affected if you carry a very heavy load on your vehicle? Answer is B. The vehicle's handling. Any load will have an effect on the handling of your vehicle, and this becomes worse as you increase the load. You need to be aware of this when carrying passengers or heavy loads, fitting a roof rack or towing a trailer. Question 47. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. No stopping. No stopping, not even to pick up or set down passengers. Question 48. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Nature reserve. Symbols are often used to indicate the type of destination. This one is for a nature reserve. Question 49. You are traveling on a road and spot this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is B. Traffic merges from the left. This warning sign tells you about merging traffic on your left. Question 50. You are traveling along a road and spot this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is C. Double bend first to the left. This triangular sign warns you about a double bend to your left. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 1. Whilst you are driving, you spot this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is C. An upcoming bridge. This triangular sign warns you about an upcoming hump bridge. Question 2. What does this sign tell you? Answer is B. No vehicles over the height shown may pass the sign. No vehicles over the height shown may pass the sign, height shown in metric and imperial units. Question 3. When do windscreen pillars cause a serious obstruction to your view? Answer is C. When you're approaching bends and junctions. Windscreen pillars can obstruct your view, particularly at bends and junctions. Look out for other road users, especially cyclists, motorcyclists, and pedestrians who can easily be overlooked. Question 4. What must you do when the amber light is flashing at a pelican crossing? Answer is C. Give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. Pelican crossings are signal-controlled crossings operated by pedestrians. Push-button controls change the signals. Pelican crossings have no red and amber stage before green. Instead, they have a flashing amber light. This means you must give way to pedestrians who are on the crossing, but if the crossing is clear, you can continue. Question 5. When are you not allowed to sound your vehicle's horn? Answer is C. Between 11:30 p.m. and 7 o'clock a.m. in a built-up area. Every effort must be made to prevent excessive noise, especially in built-up areas at night. Don't rev your engine or sound the horn unnecessarily. It's illegal to sound your horn in a built-up area between 11:30 p.m. and 7 o'clock a.m., except when another road user poses a danger. Question 6. When should tire pressures be checked? Answer is A. When tires are cold. Check the tire pressures when the tires are cold. This will give you a more accurate reading. The heat generated on a long journey will raise the pressure inside the tire. Question 7. You need to top up your battery with distilled water. What level should you fill it to? Answer is C. Just above the cell plates. Top up the battery with distilled water and make sure each cell plate is covered. Question 8. What makes your tires illegal? Answer is D. If they have any large, deep cuts in the sidewall. Your tires may be of different treads and makes. They can even be second-hand, as long as they're in good condition. They must, however, be intact, without cuts or tears. When checking the sidewalls for cuts and bulges, don't forget to check the side of the tire that's hidden from view, under the car. Question 9. What's most likely to waste fuel? Answer is A. Underinflated tires. Wasting fuel costs you money and also causes unnecessary pollution. Ensuring your tires are correctly inflated, avoiding carrying unnecessary weight, and removing a roof rack that's not in use will all help to reduce your fuel consumption. Question 10. What will reduce fuel consumption? Answer is D. Driving more slowly. Harsh braking, frequent gear changes, and harsh acceleration increase fuel consumption. A car uses less fuel when traveling at a constant low speed in an appropriate high gear. You need to look well ahead so you're able to anticipate hazards early. Easing off the accelerator and timing your approach at junctions, for example, can reduce the fuel consumption of your vehicle. Question 11. How will you benefit from following the manufacturer's service schedule for your vehicle? Answer is B. Your vehicle will remain reliable. All vehicles need to be serviced to keep working efficiently. An efficient engine uses less fuel and produces fewer harmful emissions than an engine that's running inefficiently. Keeping the vehicle serviced to the manufacturer's schedule should also keep it reliable and reduce the chance of it breaking down. Question 12. How can you help to prevent your car radio being stolen? Answer is D. Install a security-coded radio. A security-coded radio can deter thieves, as it's likely to be of little use when removed from the vehicle. Question 13. You're driving in freezing conditions. What should you do as you approach a sharp bend? Answer is D. Slow down gently. Harsh use of the accelerator, brakes, or steering is likely to lead to skidding, especially on slippery surfaces. Avoid steering and braking at the same time. In icy conditions, it's very important that you constantly assess what's ahead so that you can take appropriate action in plenty of time. Question 14. What type of vehicle could you expect to meet in the middle of the road? Answer is A. Lorry. The highest point of the bridge is in the center, so a large vehicle might have to move to the center of the road to have enough room to pass safely under the bridge. Question 15. What should you do as you approach this overhead bridge? Answer is C. Be prepared to give way to large vehicles in the middle of the road. Oncoming large vehicles may need to move to the middle of the road to pass safely under the bridge. There won't be enough room for you to continue, so you should be ready to stop and wait. Question 16. You're behind this cyclist. When the traffic lights change, what should you do? Answer is D. Allow the cyclist time and room. Hold back and allow the cyclist to move off. Some junctions have special areas marked across the front of the traffic lane. These allow cyclists to wait for the lights to change and move off ahead of other traffic. Question 17. You intend to turn left at the traffic lights. What should you do just before turning? Answer is B. Check for bicycles on your left. If you've been in a queue of traffic and are about to turn left, check your near side for cyclists, as they often filter past on the near side of slow-moving or stationary vehicles. Question 18. You're about to drive your car. What should you do if you can't find the glasses you need to wear? Answer is C. Find a way of getting home without driving. If you need to wear glasses for driving, it's illegal to drive without them. You must be able to see clearly when you're driving. Question 19. What hazard should you be especially aware of if you're turning left into a side road? Answer is D. Pedestrians. Make sure that you've reduced your speed and are in the correct gear for the turn. Look into the road before you turn and always give way to any pedestrians who are crossing. Question 20. Which vehicle should you allow extra room as you overtake them? Answer is C. Bicycle. Don't pass cyclists too closely, as they may need to veer around a pothole, drain, or other hazard, be buffeted by side wind, or be made unsteady by your vehicle. Always leave as much room as you would for a car, and don't cut in front of them. Question 21. Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road? Answer is D. Always check the road signs. Triangular signs are warning signs. They inform you about hazards ahead and help you to anticipate any problems. There are a number of different signs showing pedestrians. Learn the meaning of each one. Question 22. What should you do when you see an older person about to cross the road ahead? Answer is A. Be careful. They may misjudge your speed. Older people may have impaired hearing, vision, concentration, and judgment. They may also walk slowly and so could take a long time to cross the road. Question 23. What should you do when you're following a learner driver who stalls at a junction? Answer is A. Be patient, as you expect them to make mistakes. Learning to drive is a process of practice and experience. Try to understand this and tolerate those who make mistakes while they're learning. Question 24. What should you do when you see these horse riders in front? Answer is D. Slow down and be ready to stop. Be particularly careful when approaching horse riders. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Always pass wide and slowly, and look out for signals given by the riders. Horses are unpredictable. Always treat them as potential hazards and take great care when passing them. Question 25. You want to turn right from a junction. What should you do if your view is restricted by parked vehicles? Answer is A. Stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. If you want to turn right from a junction and your view is restricted, stop. Ease forward until you can see. Something might be approaching. If you don't know, don't go. Question 26. Where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? Answer is C. At junctions. Motorcyclists and cyclists are often more difficult to see at junctions. They're easily hidden from view, and you may not be able to see them approaching a junction if your view is partially blocked, for example, by other traffic. Question 27. You're traveling in very heavy rain. How is this likely to affect your overall stopping distance? Answer is D. It will be doubled. The road will be very wet, and spray from other vehicles will reduce your visibility. Tire grip will also be reduced, increasing your stopping distance. You should at least double your separation distance to make sure you can stop safely in the space you've allowed. Question 28. What should you do when you're overtaking at night? Answer is B. Beware of bends in the road ahead. Don't overtake if there's a possibility of a road junction, bend, or brow of a bridge or hill ahead. There are many hazards that are difficult to see in the dark. Only overtake if you're certain that the road ahead is clear. Don't take a chance. Question 29. What's a rumble device designed to do? Answer is A. Alert you to a hazard. A rumble device consists of raised markings or strips, designed to give drivers an audible, visual, and tactile warning. These devices are used in various locations, including in the line separating the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane on the motorway and on the approach to some hazards, to alert drivers to the need to slow down. Question 30. Why is traveling in neutral for long distances, known as coasting, bad driving technique? Answer is B. There won't be any engine braking. Try to look and plan well ahead. Plan your approach to hazards and select the correct gear in good time. This will help give you the control you need to deal with anything unexpected that may occur. Question 31. How should you signal if you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? Answer is A. Signal left just after you pass the exit before the one you're going to take. To go straight ahead at a roundabout, you should normally approach in the left-hand lane, but check the road markings. At some roundabouts, the left lane on approach is marked left turn only, so make sure you use the correct lane to go ahead. You won't normally need to signal as you approach, but signal before you leave the roundabout, as other road users need to know your intentions. Question 32. You're reversing into a side road. When would your vehicle be the greatest hazard to passing traffic? Answer is D. When the front of your vehicle swings out. Always check in all directions before reversing. Keep a good lookout throughout the maneuver and remember that the front will swing out as you reverse into the side road. Act on what you see and wait if necessary. Question 33. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. No overtaking. Road signs that prohibit overtaking are placed in locations where passing the vehicle in front is dangerous. If you see this sign, don't attempt to overtake. The sign is there for a reason. You must obey it. Question 34. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Crossroads. The priority through the junction is shown by the broader line. You need to be aware of the hazard posed by traffic crossing or pulling out onto a major road. Question 35. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Water across the road. This sign is found where a shallow stream crosses the road. Heavy rainfall could increase the flow of water. If the water looks too deep or the stream has spread over large distance, stop and find another route. Question 36. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? Answer is C. When your exit from the junction is blocked. As you approach the traffic lights, look into the road you wish to take. Only proceed if your exit road is clear. If the road is blocked, hold back, even if you have to wait for the next green signal. Question 37. How will a police officer in a patrol vehicle signal for you to stop? Answer is B. Flash the headlights, indicate left and point to the left. You must obey signals given by the police. If a police officer in a patrol vehicle wants you to pull over, they'll indicate this without causing danger to you or other traffic. Question 38. Your vehicle is stationary. When may you use its horn? Answer is D. When another road user poses a danger. When your vehicle is stationary, only sound the horn if you think there's a risk of danger from another road user. Don't use it just to attract someone's attention. This causes unnecessary noise and could be misleading. Question 39. Your car requires an MOT certificate. When is it legal to drive it without an MOT certificate? Answer is C. When driving to an appointment at an MOT center. When a car is 3 years old, 4 years old in Northern Ireland, it must pass an MOT test and have a valid MOT certificate before it can be used on the road. Exceptionally, you may drive to a pre-arranged test appointment or to a garage for repairs required for the test to drive vehicles that are more than 40 years old without an MOT test, but they must be in a roadworthy condition before being used on the road. See gov.uk for more details. Question 40. When are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? Answer is B. When stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. You mustn't use hazard warning lights while moving, except to warn traffic behind when you slow suddenly on a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway. Never use hazard warning lights to excuse dangerous or illegal parking. Question 41. What should you do if you have to stop while you're going through a congested tunnel? Answer is B. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. It's important to keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front at all times. This still applies in congested tunnels, even if you're moving very slowly or have stopped. If the vehicle in front breaks down, you may need room to maneuver past it. Question 42. How should a load be carried on your roof rack? Answer is A. Securely fastened with suitable restraints. Any load must be securely fastened to the vehicle. The safest way to carry items on the roof is in a specially designed roof box. This will help to keep your luggage secure and dry, and it also has less wind resistance than loads carried exposed on a roof rack. Question 43. You've just passed your driving test. What's the maximum authorized mass, MAM, of any trailer that you can tow? Answer is D. 3,500 kilograms. When you pass your driving test, you're allowed to tow a trailer up to 3,500 kilograms MAM without taking an extra test. If you want to tow a heavier trailer, you'll have to pass either a CE or DE category test, dependent on the towing vehicle. Question 44. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. Look out for buses and pedal cycles approaching from the right. This sign is a reminder to pedestrians to look out for buses and pedal cycles approaching from the right. Question 45. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Waiting prohibited 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 4 consecutive months. This sign tells you that waiting is prohibited 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for at least 4 consecutive months. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 46. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Lane ahead is closed and traffic should move to the next lane on the left. A white diagonal arrow means that the lane is closed ahead and traffic should move to the next lane on the left. Question 47. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Mandatory with-flow pedal cycle lane. This sign indicates a mandatory with-flow pedal cycle lane. Other vehicles must not use this part of the carriageway except to pick up or set down passengers. Question 48. You are turning left at a junction and see this sign. What does it mean? Answer is B. You are at a crossroads. This is a warning sign and it tells you that you are at a crossroads. Question 49. What does this sign warn you about? Answer is C. Soft verges. This sign warns you of soft verges. Question 50. What does the following sign mean? Answer is B. No motor vehicles except solo motorcycles. A red ring means prohibition. The sign tells you that no motor vehicles are allowed apart from solo motorcycles. For more practice and updates, click on the video you're watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your theory test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.